This video reviews exercise 2C. It's to launch Photoshop and create a new file. Go ahead and name it with your last name underscore exercise 2C. The pixels you're going to want to do 500 by 438, resolution 150, sort of a medium resolution. Keep the color mode at RGB. Okay, and go ahead and say OK. Using the type tool, you're going to want to type a word similar to what you did in exercise 2A and 2B, and I'm going to do the same thing with the CMYK. And because my fill is set to white, it shows up as white on a white background, so obviously that's not going to show. So I'm going to go ahead and do a Control A to select all. I'm going to change, because I'm on the fill, I'm going to change it to, whatever color you want. I'll go ahead and change it to a blue, and then move to my Move tool. So now I can see that. I'm also going to do File, Place, and I'm going to navigate out to an image of choice. I think it was this one here, Place, and it's obviously a little bit bigger than I want, so I held down Shift and I clicked, and this was now scaled proportionately. Move it to where I'd like it to be. I'm going to align it with the CMYK. Double click right on the image and it embeds it right on top. You can see though over in your layer panel that it now is a smart object. This is great if you're working with vector objects. You can keep things as smart objects and it won't lose quality. However, I'm going to have you rasterize both the type and the smart object to make them into a pixel format. So since we're on the screenshot that I took of typography that I favored, you can go ahead and keep that layer active and go up to Layer, Smart Objects, Rasterize. And you can see now that that's been rasterized, so now it's in the pixel format. If you go down to the next type that you've copied, that you've typed in CMYK, the layer, you notice that it's in type format just by the T that's over the top. We're going to go ahead and we're also going to rasterize that type. Go to Layer, Rasterize, Type. So now all of my work on this artboard is in the format of pixels. So obviously what that means is we're going to lose quality if we go any larger than 150 dpi, which is the resolution, or if we go any larger than this image size. So I just want you to be aware of what that means when you do rasterize things and working in the Photoshop space as opposed to Illustrator or InDesign. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and flatten. Make sure that that type layer is above. You want to make sure that type layer, especially if you have an image that's below it, you want to make sure the type layer is above the image in the layers. Mine doesn't really matter because obviously I have it set above. But go ahead then in your layers panel and go into the options and do a flatten image. And now you see that is only one layer and you have flattened your image. And now we're going to go ahead and File, Save As, and you notice it's exercise 2C, and I want you to save it as a PDF, a Photoshop PDF, which is about a little lower than halfway down, and save it out onto your desktop. Okay, say OK. And then this says smallest file size. That's fine, but I'm going to bump up to high quality print. Even though it's really not going to be high quality print, I want it to be the highest quality it can be And because I saved the other two exercises in Illustrator and InDesign that way, I want you to just get used to where those things are located. So that's what we're going to do here. And then go down and save PDF. Say yes. Okay, and that is an overview on exercise 2C in Photoshop, placing an image and working with type and saving as a PDF, flattening layers. And I'll see you in the next video with an overview of exercise 2D. Okay, now that you have completed your 3 exercises, you want to close out of your InDesign, Illustrator, or Photoshop application and find the 3 PDFs that you've created. Clearly this one is the InDesign file. This one is the Photoshop file. Now you create a folder, File, New Folder, or right-click New Folder on the PC. And you want to name it Exercise 2. And just place your InDesign package work inside that Exercise 2 folder, your Photoshop file, and your InDesign file, or in your Illustrator file in that folder. Then you're going to want to do a file compress. And you have Exercise 2 zip. It is compressed. That is the folder that you will then upload to your Exercise 2 submission link in JetNet. And you're done for the work for this week. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the video next week.